Have you ever wished there were more hours in the day, just so you could finally sit down and learn English the way you've always wanted? Maybe you wake up early, rush to work, take care of your family, and by the time you have a free moment, your brain is too tired to even open an app, let alone memorize a new word. If that feels familiar, please know you are not alone. Many English learners feel the same way. You want to improve. You dream of speaking confidently, but life just keeps getting in the way. And that's okay, because what if I told you that you don't need hours and hours to make real progress? What if 5 minutes here, 2 minutes there could actually move you forward, slowly but surely? That's what this video is all about. At Onyx Shadowing English, we've seen time and time again that consistency, not intensity, is what changes everything. You don't have to study harder, you just have to study smarter. So in today's journey, we'll uncover 5 powerful life hacks made especially for busy English learners like you. These are simple, practical tools that fit into your daily life, no matter how packed your schedule may be. You don't need a classroom. You don't need perfect grammar. All you need is a little shift in how you learn. Let's begin this new chapter together. Not with pressure, but with ease. Not with stress, but with a quiet kind of joy. You're already doing more than you think. Now it's time to multiply your progress in ways that feel light, doable, and deeply rewarding. Hack 1, micro-learning magic. Imagine this. You're brushing your teeth in the morning, and instead of letting your mind wander, you softly repeat one English word. Just one. You say it once, twice, 3 times, then use it in a quick sentence, smiling to yourself in the mirror. It only takes a few seconds, but it feels like you've already done something meaningful today. That, right there, is the beauty of microlearning. Microlearning is the gentle art of learning in small, short bursts. No pressure, no huge time blocks, just a quiet moment here and there where English gently slips into your day like a breeze through an open window. It's about learning that is fast, light, and repeatable. And for busy English learners, it's a powerful shift because it means you don't need to wait until you have time. You can start right now, where you are, with what you have. Whether you're riding the bus, cooking dinner, folding laundry, or waiting in line at the supermarket, there are little moments all around you. Perfect for a tiny bit of English. Maybe you listen to a 5-minute English podcast during your commute, letting the sound of clear, slow sentences wash over you as traffic passes by. Maybe you take a sticky note and write one simple phrase like, "I'm ready for today," and stick it on the fridge. So while you make your morning tea, your eyes catch it and your mind repeats it. Maybe while cooking, you pick a random verb you've learned, like cut or boil, and whisper it to yourself as you chop vegetables, smiling at how the word becomes real in your hands. These are not just tricks. They are little wins, tiny victories that feel so light you barely notice, yet they stack up quietly and powerfully over time. Each small action is like planting a seed. One seed doesn't seem like much, but day after day, with a little water and sunlight, boom, you have a garden. That's exactly how microlearning works. You might not remember every word immediately. You might not feel fluent overnight, but something inside you begins to change. Your ears grow sharper. Your mind starts reaching for English first. And suddenly, English is not a stranger you have to visit on weekends. It becomes a part of your everyday life. It feels natural. It feels yours. At Onyx Shadowing English, we often hear learners say they didn't believe in short learning before, but once they tried it, Just one phrase a day, one podcast a week, one sentence in the mirror, they felt something shift. The language didn't feel so heavy anymore. The pressure started to melt away. And that's when real learning begins. Not from stress, but from ease. Not from fear, but from small, satisfying habits that make you feel proud. There is a special magic in conquering small things every day. It creates a momentum that feels unstoppable. Because when you know you can do 5 minutes today, you'll do 5 minutes again tomorrow. And suddenly, you've practiced English 10 days in a row without ever feeling like you were studying. That kind of rhythm builds confidence in a deep, unshakable way. It becomes part of your identity. You're no longer someone trying to learn English. You are a person who uses English, who grows with it, lives with it, breathes it, and that shift is everything. So yes, microlearning is short, it's simple, but don't let that fool you. It's not just about saving time, it's about building a habit that sticks. It's about rewiring your brain to find English in your daily life. Not as a duty, but as a delight. Even if you only have 1 minute, use it. Even if you're tired, whisper one sentence. Even if you forget sometimes, begin again tomorrow. There's no race, no finish line, just these small, precious chances that belong to you. And the best part, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Like tying your shoes, like brushing your teeth, English becomes something you just do, naturally, effortlessly, happily. You don't need to change your whole life to make space for English. You just need to let English gently flow into the life you already have. And that, my friend, is not just a strategy. It's a quiet revolution. One moment, one word, one tiny step at a time. And soon enough, you'll look back and smile, realizing just how far you've come. Hack 2. Leverage technology. There's something quietly powerful about the phone in your hand right now. You may use it to check messages, scroll through social media, or watch videos to relax after a long day. But did you know that same device can also become your personal English coach? Always ready, always by your side. In a world where time is short and responsibilities are endless, technology offers us a golden key, the chance to turn every idle moment into a gentle, joyful step toward fluency. You don't have to do anything dramatic. You don't have to spend hours or follow complicated methods. All you need is the willingness to open your phone with intention and choose English. Right there, in your pocket, are countless tools created just for learners like you. Whether you want to improve your vocabulary, your pronunciation, your grammar, or just get used to hearing real English, there's an app, a website, or a podcast waiting quietly to help you. It's like walking into a room where everything was designed just for your success. Some people feel overwhelmed at first, thinking they need to try everything at once, but you don't. You only need one tool, one app, one voice to begin with. Start small, start simple, and let it grow from there. Imagine this. You open an app and it greets you with a cheerful message, asking how your day is. You smile, tap on a short lesson, and in 5 minutes, you've learned a new phrase, repeated it out loud, and even received a soft little reward that says, "Great job." That small moment becomes a memory, and that memory becomes a seed of confidence. The beauty of technology is that it doesn't judge you. It doesn't rush you. It doesn't expect perfection. It simply invites you to show up again and again whenever you can. And every time you do, it remembers your progress, your strengths, your voice. It adjusts itself to fit your rhythm, like a coach who truly understands you. That's why we often say at Onyx Shadowing English, don't fight against your busy life. Work with it. Let your phone become your partner. Let the apps, the audio lessons, the smart reminders wrap around your day like a warm scarf. You're not too busy. You're just waiting to discover the right way to learn. And technology can be that way. For example, there are apps that speak slowly and clearly, perfect for A1 or A2 learners. They let you listen and repeat again and again until the sounds feel familiar in your mouth. Others let you build your own list of favorite phrases so you can review them while waiting for the bus or drinking your morning coffee. And then there are voice recognition tools where you speak and get gentle feedback, helping you feel like you're talking to a friend who gently guides you toward clearer English. This kind of learning feels personal. It feels safe. And when learning feels safe, you're more likely to return to it, not because you have to, but because you want to. Think of it as building a little English world on your phone, a world where you are supported, encouraged, and always moving forward. You may even find yourself enjoying it more than you expected. Instead of scrolling randomly, you start your day with a positive English message. Instead of silence in the kitchen, you play a soft lesson while cooking. Instead of wasting 5 minutes before bed, you tap on a short video and end your day with a new sentence in your heart. All of this adds up, quietly, consistently, wonderfully. And here's the best part. You are in control. You choose what to learn. You choose when to practice. You choose how far to go. Technology simply opens the door. You are the one who walks through it. You don't need expensive classes or complicated software. Many of the best tools are free or very affordable. What matters most is that you use them with love, with patience, and with the belief that every little bit counts. Because it does. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. And with the right tool in your hand, you can take the next step, even if it's small, even if it's slow. English is not a mountain you must climb in one day. It's a path you walk step by step, and today your phone can become your walking stick, light, steady, always within reach. So let technology be your silent teammate. Let it remind you that progress is possible even on the busiest days. Let it show you that English can live right inside your life without stress, without fear. You are capable. You are ready. And your journey, no matter how busy it may be, just became a little easier, a little brighter, a little more beautiful, because now you have the right tool to walk with. Hack 3. The power of repetition. Sometimes, when we try to learn something new, especially a language, we expect ourselves to remember everything the first time. We read a word, we hear a phrase, and we feel a little frustrated when it doesn't stay in our memory. But the truth is, your brain is not a machine. It's more like a gentle garden that needs care, time, and a little bit of love. And one of the most magical things you can give it is repetition. Yes, repetition. The simple act of hearing or seeing something again and again is not boring at all. It's actually the golden key that unlocks long-term memory. Think about the songs you can sing without effort. You didn't sit down to memorize them. You just heard them many times. You sang along. You felt them. And suddenly, they became part of you. That's how repetition works. It slowly brings the language into your world until it feels like it's always been there. You don't need to force yourself to remember. You just need to invite the words back again and again, gently and patiently. Each time you repeat something, you tell your brain, this is important. Keep it. And over time, your brain listens. The first time you hear a new word, it might feel strange. The second time, it feels familiar. The third time, You smile because you recognize it. And by the fifth or sixth time, you use it without thinking. That's the quiet power of repetition. It builds your confidence one small moment at a time. At Onyx Shadowing English, we always say, it's okay to forget, as long as you're willing to return. Because language is not a test you pass. It's a rhythm you dance with. And repetition is what makes that rhythm flow into your life. You don't have to repeat everything. Just choose the words and phrases that feel useful, that feel good, that you want to make your own. Maybe you hear "good morning" in a video. You repeat it aloud. Then you say it again while getting dressed. Again to yourself as you make breakfast. Again when you look in the mirror. And just like that, the phrase becomes part of your day. Natural, easy, yours. That is repetition in its most beautiful form. It's not about studying harder. It's about surrounding yourself with the language, softly, kindly, again and again. You can repeat with your eyes, reading the same short text several times, noticing something new each time. You can repeat with your ears, listening to a short audio clip daily until it feels like a song. You can repeat with your voice, saying one phrase before bed every night until it feels like a bedtime lullaby. You don't need special tools. You don't need long hours. You just need to return, to come back, to meet the same words with fresh eyes again and again. This is not a trick. It's how memory is built. Like drops of water shaping stone, repetition makes the learning deep and lasting. Some learners feel shy to repeat aloud. That's okay. Start in your head. Whisper if you need to. There is no wrong way to repeat. There is only the willingness to meet the language once more, with love. And the more you repeat, the less effort it takes. One day, you'll be surprised at how a sentence just flows from your mouth without thinking. That is the reward of your quiet, daily returns. There's a beautiful method called spaced repetition, where you review something just before you forget it. Many apps help you do this automatically. But even without apps, you can do it. Review a word today, again tomorrow, then after a few days, then a week later. Each review makes the memory stronger, deeper, more alive. It's like adding another layer to a painting. Each layer makes the image clearer. Your English becomes that painting, rich, vibrant, full of meaning. Repetition is not about perfection. It's about connection. It's about giving yourself permission to meet the same word 10 times, 20 times, 100 times if needed, until it feels like home. And trust me, it will. The brain is kind to those who are kind to it. When you treat learning as a gentle returning, not a harsh remembering, you start to fall in love with the process. And that love is what makes everything easier. So the next time you forget a word, smile. It's not a failure. It's simply an invitation to return, to meet the word again, to say, hello, I'm back. Let's dance again today. And as you do, day by day, that word will stay, not because you forced it, but because you welcomed it, softly, patiently, like an old friend coming home. Hack 4. Integrate English into your routine. What if English didn't feel like something extra you had to do, but instead became a natural part of your life, like brushing your teeth, like having breakfast, like taking a walk in the afternoon sun? The idea may sound simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Instead of waiting for the perfect time to study, what if you gently wove English into the fabric of your daily routine? This is not about working harder. It's about shifting the way you see learning. It's about turning your everyday life into a gentle playground where English can grow slowly, quietly, beautifully. Imagine waking up and hearing one sentence in English as your alarm tone. Something kind, something calm, something you understand and enjoy. You stretch, smile, and before you even step out of bed, you've already touched the language. Then, as you pour your morning drink, you speak to yourself. Just one sentence. Today is a good day. It feels small, but it carries power. You say it not because you have to, but because it feels good. That is the secret. When English becomes part of your rhythm, it no longer feels like a task. It becomes a friend. During the day, you walk, you work, you cook, you clean. And all those moments where your hands are busy but your mind is free become chances to whisper a phrase, recall a word, or repeat something you heard the day before. You're not adding pressure, you're inviting lightness. Maybe you listen to a simple podcast while washing dishes. Maybe you read a short English message on your phone before replying to a friend. Maybe you watch a video with subtitles, letting the words soak in as you smile at the story. These are not lessons. These are not rules. These are moments. And these moments build magic. Because consistency is not about being perfect. It's about showing up again and again with joy, not stress. At Onyx Shadowing English, we believe deeply that when English lives inside your routine, your brain welcomes it with open arms. You begin to notice the language everywhere. You start to think in short English thoughts. You find yourself smiling when you understand a word on a sign, or a line in a song, or a phrase in a movie. It feels exciting, but also comforting, like meeting a familiar face in a crowded place. That's when you know English has moved from your study time into your real life. And when that happens, learning becomes easier, faster, and more fun. You don't have to wait for quiet time. You don't have to create the perfect study plan. You just have to say, yes, I'll take English with me today. Let it walk beside you. Let it sit with you while you rest. Let it whisper to you while you dream. Over time, this practice becomes effortless. You'll find English in your morning playlist, in the short messages you write, in the way you talk to yourself gently at the end of a long day. You might even start thinking in English without realizing it. And that moment, that quiet moment of realizing, I didn't translate, I just understood, will feel like a miracle. But it's not a miracle. It's the result of showing up every day in simple ways. You don't need to speak perfectly. You don't need to understand everything. You just need to keep touching English. Let it be around you. Let it breathe with you, and it will slowly, softly become a part of you. Like music in the background of your life, it will play on, sometimes louder, sometimes softer, but always there. So start now. Choose one small way to bring English into your day. Speak to your reflection. Change your phone language. Sing one line out loud. Watch something with subtitles. Smile when you hear a word you know. And tomorrow, do it again. Because each small action is a whisper to your future self saying, I believe in you. I'm walking with you. We're getting there. And one day, when English flows from you like a gentle stream, you'll look back on these tiny habits and realize they were never tiny at all. They were seeds. And now you're standing in the garden you planted, surrounded by the language that once felt far away, but now feels like home. Hack 5, the 2-minute rule for English. Sometimes, the hardest part of learning English isn't the grammar, the vocabulary, or the pronunciation. It's simply getting started. There's a quiet voice in the back of your mind that says, I don't have time right now, or I'm too tired today. And before you know it, another day has passed without a single word practiced. But what if there was a way to gently silence that voice, not with pressure, but with kindness? What if there was a way to trick your brain into saying yes more often by making the first step feel so small, so easy, so quick that you couldn't say no? That's where the 2-minute rule comes in. It's a beautiful little idea. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. And when you apply this to English learning, it becomes a doorway to progress that always feels open. Because 2 minutes isn't scary. 2 minutes isn't overwhelming. 2 minutes is possible. Anywhere. Sit at any time. Imagine this. You have 2 minutes before leaving the house. Instead of scrolling your phone without purpose, you repeat one English sentence 3 times. That's it. Or you're waiting for water to boil. You quietly whisper 5 English words you've learned this week. 2 minutes later, you're not only cooking, you're learning, you're growing. The beauty of this habit is that it removes the pressure of study time and replaces it with freedom. There's no need to prepare, no need to sit down, no need to be perfect. Just ask yourself, can I do this in 2 minutes? And if the answer is yes, do it. Over time, something magical begins to happen. Those 2-minute moments start to feel good. They bring a little spark, a little win. And sometimes, after starting with 2 minutes, you feel inspired to keep going. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe more. But even if it stays at 2, that's enough. Because the power is not in how long you practice. The power is in the fact that you did. You showed up. You kept the promise to yourself. And that builds something far more valuable than perfect grammar. It builds trust. At Onyx Shadowing English, we often say, small steps are stronger than big plans, because small steps are easier to keep. And when you keep going, you create momentum. You build a rhythm. You no longer need motivation. You have motion. And motion creates results. With the 2-minute rule, you start to see English as something light, friendly, and welcome. It becomes part of your day, not outside of it. And that shift changes everything. You stop waiting for the weekend or for a quiet night or for vacation time. You realize, I can practice now, right now, just for 2 minutes. And that thought feels powerful. You might repeat a phrase you heard in a movie. You might read one short paragraph aloud. You might think in English while walking to your room. These tiny actions, repeated again and again, start to open doors in your mind. They create new connections. They build fluency, softly and steadily. And most of all, they build confidence. Because every time you complete a 2-minute practice, you remind yourself, I'm someone who learns English. I'm doing it, even on busy days. And slowly, that identity becomes real. It grows roots. It becomes who you are. And the best part is, it never feels like a chore. It feels like a gift you give to yourself. A moment of focus, a breath of clarity, a soft whisper of progress. So the next time you feel too tired, too busy, too distracted, ask yourself gently, do I have 2 minutes? And let the answer guide you to something small and beautiful, a tiny habit, a single sentence, a quick review, anything that says to your heart, I care about my learning. I'm here. I'm ready. And just like that, without stress or guilt, you keep moving forward. Every 2 minutes adds up. Every little practice matters. And one day, when English feels easier, more natural, more alive, you'll look back and smile, knowing it was never about one big effort. It was about showing up again and again in the simplest, kindest way, 2 minutes at a time. And in those 2 minutes, you found not just the language, but yourself. Conclusion, embrace the journey. And now, as we come to the end of this journey together, take a deep breath and gently let it out. Because what you've just discovered is not just 5 life hacks. It's 5 quiet doors leading to a future where English is no longer a heavy challenge, but a soft and steady part of your life. You've seen how microlearning can turn short, everyday moments into steps toward fluency. You've explored the magic of technology, how it can guide you like a patient friend, always there, always ready. You've embraced repetition, not as something boring, but as a loving rhythm that helps English become part of your heart. You've learned to bring English into your routine, not by changing your life, but by letting the language walk beside you in simple, gentle ways. And with the 2-minute rule, you've unlocked a beautiful secret. It's not about how much time you have. It's about the moment you choose to begin. All of these tools, all of these ideas, they are not meant to overwhelm you. They're meant to remind you that you already have everything you need. You have the courage, you have the desire, you have the spark inside you that says, yes, I want this. And that's more than enough. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to do everything all at once. You just need to keep showing up with kindness, with curiosity, with a heart open to growth. Learning English is not a race. It's a path. Some days you'll walk faster, some days slower, but every step counts, and every step is taking you somewhere beautiful. At Onyx Shadowing English, we believe in you. Not just because you're watching this video, but because we've seen what happens when learners like you choose to stay with the process. Even when it's hard, even when life gets busy, even when progress feels invisible. The truth is, every small action you take is building something strong inside you. You may not see it right away, but it's there. And one day, when you speak a sentence with ease, or understand something without translating, or feel proud of how far you've come, you'll know that every moment mattered. So now, dear friend, let this be your invitation. Choose one of these life hacks. Start today. Start small, and let English walk with you quietly, kindly, day by day. And if this video has helped you, inspired you, or simply made you smile, share it with someone you care about. Leave a comment below. Tell us which hack you'll try first. Because when you share your journey, you help others believe in theirs too. And together, we grow stronger.